Howdy folks, so today I want to talk about how nuclear power is actually a really good thing. Before I get into all the numbers about how safe and efficient it is, we kind of need to understand at least a little bit about how it works. Now, I'm not a nuclear scientist or anything, and if you want a deeper breakdown of how this actually works, there are smarter people than me out there who have done that. But the basics of it are that you take a piece of uranium and then you throw a neutron at it and you split the uranium atoms, and then that releases a ton of energy which you use to heat water, which makes steam, which spins a turbine. A little side note, steam spinning a turbine is actually how we make 80% of the electricity on planet Earth. I thought that was a fun number that I just threw in here. But anyways, let's move on to some of the bigger picture numbers about why it's actually a good source of power, despite what the media might hint at sometimes. Why is it so good? Well, to understand what makes nuclear power so good, we're going to have to look at some numbers and math, so bear with me while we do that. Now, as much as I'd love to say that I crunched all these numbers myself, that would be a lie. I got ChatGPT to do it for me, but the numbers are the same either way. This just saved me like 20 minutes of time. So here they are. Deaths per unit of energy. In this case, the unit is a terawatt hour, which is like enough to power like a major city, I think. Coal, as you can see, about 25, oil, 18, natural gas, 3, hydropower, 1.3, and wind, nuclear, and solar, all less than a tenth of a person killed per terawatt hour of electricity generated. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Look at this. If all of our electricity came from fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas, there would be about 15 deaths per terawatt hour of electricity. If all of our power came from nuclear, again, 0.03 deaths per terawatt hour. That's 500 times fewer deaths per unit of electricity. 500. A 5 and 2 zeros. 5 times 100. That's a huge difference. Despite all of this, however, it still remains controversial, and a big reason why that's the case is because fossil fuels kill people slowly and invisibly. Millions of people each year die from the air pollution from fossil fuels, but you don't really hear about it. Every time anything goes wrong with a nuclear plant ever, it's like a major news story for days, if not weeks. Like Chernobyl, the worst nuclear disaster in human history, killed at most a few dozen to a few thousand people, depending on how you count it, which is like a percentage point of a percentage point of a percentage point of how many people will die each year from fossil fuels. So the point is, nuclear power is much, much safer than fossil fuels, and we should embrace it.